EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds Smith and Jigba. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down.
One down, only about 500 more to go this season. He would certainly welcome most of his passes this year going as well as that. Now that the first one is over, time to settle into a groove and begin the long journey towards Week 18 and hopefully the playoffs.
And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now, that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches. Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason, and runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 20. On play action, they'll throw. This is Fant on the short completion. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 7. Running left is Walker. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
A 4-receiver set here, 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. Myers' kick is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week one. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
Now a 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Myers' kick is good, and that will make it 6. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Yeah, they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Second and 10. From the gun, Bigsby. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow action, that's often the end result.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side. 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Looking to throw. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 6-0 our score after 1. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe.
And on 1st and goal, they decided to throw for it, but the coverage was excellent. And he kept holding the ball, hoping someone would shake free. Instead, he's hit and dropped. And now, they're not even in the red zone anymore.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So we race them
at the end of the number 2 pencil.
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his target, Allen. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on fourth down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on fourth down.
They run for it with Bigsby. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Now 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. From the gun, it's Walker. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Anthony Schwartz, 82 yards. And the Seahawks had 6 to their lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw here. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got Allen. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Another completion there. And we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation. A top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it, not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he is met in the line of scrimmage. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw. And they're going to get it. They bring it down to sack back at the 16-yard line. He'll wind up losing 10 there, a full 10 yards, so that one hurts. And it brings up 3rd and goal. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 7. They're going to look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down, and he was able to get it by play. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. Pass complete there to Nakua. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.